All right, welcome back, watch fans. We're doing a pivot. That's right, we're pivoting to the art market. Why is that? Well, look, you know what? Frankly, I'm kind of bored with the whole watch thing. There's just a limit to it. It's kind of boring. You got only a limited number of things to talk about. What's there to talk about with watches? What are you going to talk about? Patek, FP Journe, modern? Yeah, there's a limit. It's a limit. It's a limit. Watches are basically for for the most part, you got a bunch of tomato cans. The 90% of the watch market is tomato cans. So we're pivoting to art, which is more interesting. You got a higher class of people. Like I've always said, it's kind of like to give you an idea. Look, let's just say the watch is basically like anybody. Like that's the first thing somebody buys is they buy that Rolex Submariner. The used car salesman, he buys the Rolex Submariner to flex, right? Now the guy who's got real money doesn't need to flex. He's got millions of dollars of paintings of artwork on his walls, right? He's not trying to impress other people. So people who spend a lot of money on watches and they don't have art on their walls, it means they're basically grifters. They're grifters. They're fugazis, right? They're just trying to flex. That's what it is. Those are my thoughts on the watch market. And let's talk about an incredible art collection. Why am I doing this? I just got this this thing popping up on my feed. I should have done this earlier, but Christie's and Sotheby's, they've done some amazing videos with these these marketing videos, which I think are absolutely amazing. And here they should do these longer. These are very short format. They should be much longer, because these cost a lot of money to produce. They might as well make them like 10 minutes or so. Anyway, I mean, literally, these could be like hour-long videos. They really should be. It's a real shame that they only make them like 2 minutes. So we got a collection review of Roger and Josette van Thurne. Van Thurnu, I don't know, some Dutch. Oh, Belgians. These are Belgian people. These are Belgian. Check this out, guys. This is actually absolutely amazing. When this video popped up on my feed, it just blew my mind. This incredible collection, really is. Let's check it out.
Elegant home with Roger and Josette van Thurne for the first time, and you really don't know what treasures are hiding inside.
Sophisticated.
Check this out. Oh shit! You know what? This guy on the left. I think that's. I think actually it's an artist I dealt with. It was a UFO guy. He was a guy. If I'm not mistaken, that's this guy who he went nuts. He started doing UFO stuff, and he basically got kicked out of the art business. I think that's the guy. Maybe not. Okay, but check it out. By the way, beautiful house, beautiful home. Look at this. It's kind of a mix. It's kind of like it's like an old house, but they did this like very contemporary look. I mean, this is just beautiful house. Seriously, this is like, these people have taste.
Carefully curated collection that's.
Wow. Was this Max Ernst? I think this is Max Ernst. Wow. Surrealist. By the way, check out this frame. I just want to bring that to your attention. This is actually a very beautiful frame. Forget about the painting. Painting is great, but the frame, you get like a double frame, which makes the painting look bigger. And you got that streak of yellow in between. You see that? That's all, by the way, white gold. It's not silver. It's white gold. White gold. Unbelievable, but true. Which one is? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, whose platform is bigger? Okay, the button on my desk is bigger, and my button actually works. Okay, that's what it is. All right, that you Google it. Yeah, this is unbelievable. This is, by the way, this is the way you want to frame a painting, which is to make it look more impressive.
Spanned an extraordinary range of styles and movements.
It was almost museum.
Wow. What is it? Fontana. Now, this is amazing. This is like a $2 million picture right there. Maybe is $1 million. I got to look at the estimate, but look at this. Beautiful. So this is a canvas. It's slashed. And this guy became very hot in the last, it's been like 15 years. He became very hot. Prices are up like, I don't know, is it 10x? Yeah, that's what happens. Anyway, so you got this, okay, so look at this composition. Beautiful house. Everything is well lit. Look how the painting is hanging from one of those like hanger type things. And on the left, you see on the left, you got this sculpture, which is I think this is from Cambodia. I think it's one of these Cambodian Buddha sculptures. I think this is Cambodian. Beautiful, head. I like it when they're without the head. It's better. It leaves more to the imagination. It's like those Gandhara Buddhas. Have you heard of Gandhara? You Google it. That's right, Gandhara. You know where that is? It's in Bukyakistan, aka Afghanistan. But they did incredible sculpture. They did these incredible Buddhas, which is sometime because it was a combination. So Gandhara, or at that time it was basically occupied by the Romans. So Afghanistan was controlled by the Romans. The art was influenced by Romans. This is before Islam. So this is like, the 200s, the 300s, 400s, early part of the 300s, right? AD, so 300 AD, whatever. And they did some beautiful, beautiful stuff, incredible stuff. I actually like to get one of these. And I think actually they built some big sculptures that the Taliban later destroyed. But yeah, they had an incredible civilization in Afghanistan at that time. I mean, something was going on. That whole area was basically India. So when you think of India, India was basically this giant area, which was India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, whatever. It was all India. And then later on, they split into like Islamic, Hindu, and whatever else they have, right? But at one point, it was just whatever they had, and they had some incredible art. Anyway, let's keep going here.
Like, it was very carefully considered, and it would draw you through the.
Shit, what a beautiful house! Seriously, I mean, this is like, look. By the way, this collection. The reason I'm doing this video, this popped up on my feed, and it was like, wow. This is, look, I've seen a lot of art. I mean, this is like just an incredible collection in terms of variety. These people have real taste. It's just intellectually stimulating. I mean, these people are super, 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 super sophisticated. Super sophisticated. You know why? Because they're Belgian. That's right. The Belgians, unbelievable but true. The Belgians are actually the most sophisticated art collectors. This is a fact. The Belgians, you got that guy Axel Vervoet. What's his name? Axel. Shit, I forgot. Axel Vervoet. Anyway, the Belgians are actually the most sophisticated collectors in Europe. This is a fact. Not the French, not the whatever, not the Dutch, not the English. It's the Belgians. Why is it? I have no idea. They really know. They really collect across multiple, sectors, multiple they're just really very, very sophisticated collectors. I mean, they'll hang like, I don't know, whatever, African sculptures with contemporary. They're really super sophisticated. They have great taste. Unbelievable, but true.
Various rooms, and each room
I don't know what this is. This guy here
was a wonderful discovery.
Oh, this is, what's his name? Look at this. This is some Latin art. This is, what the hell is that? I can't, shit, I'm bad with names. The guy on the left. I actually sold one of these, a small version of this. It's a Venezuelan guy. It's a Venezuelan guy, if I'm not mistaken.
And delight.
You can really tell.
Cy Twombly, okay. This is contemporary bullshit. Not my thing, but it's actually kind of nice. Listen, this is a contemporary. This is what Tracy Emin, I think. Yeah, Tracy Emin. Young British artist is what they call them. And, not my thing, whatever. But, look, these people, the fact is that these guys have such a eclectic taste that you go from contemporary to, this, ancient art to everything. And I love what they did with the doors. These are like probably brown oak, and they painted it white. This is nice.
This is a deeply personal collection that was built
Not a fan
over
of
decades with a
Picasso. Look at this. So here we got, look at this little setup here. You got, what do you got? You got some, what the hell's her name? You got that British artist. What the hell's her name? I forget what the hell her name is. You got this beautiful Picasso drawing. This is a nice Picasso drawing. This is, yeah, this is what you want. It's this Cubist era. This is like, I don't know, $1.5 million, $2 million for that work on paper. What is this painting in the background on the wall? It's got that 70s vibe. I don't know who it is, but it's actually quite good. It's quite good. It's interesting that they now the cabinet work is kind of, not that not that impressive. This is like basic this is like some basic bitch cabinets. But you know what's interesting? I know a lot of art collectors, like, who are like serious art collectors, and like they don't spend a lot of money on furniture. It's very weird. Like I know some people have like, multi-million-dollar collections, and their furniture is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like nothing too impressive. Like this couch is, not that great. Yeah, the cabinet work is not like, the millwork. It's
Considered eye and a true passion.
But you know what? Maybe it's practical because, they want to adjust shelves all the time. They got to adjust the shelves. They're moving stuff up and down. I take it back. Listen, these people are they got super sophisticated taste. Everything we see so far is like, literally world class, including this drawing, this little beautiful little drawing here.
Of the art.
Roger and Josette Vantourna were married for over 50 years. They began collecting in the mid-50s when they would travel and engage directly with artists, dealers and galleries.
They collected as a couple. It became very much a shared passion for them both.
One highlight is Maxen's rare and revolutionary 1921 oil painting Seestück. It is a pivotal work from the artist's breakthrough moment when he began translating the poetry of his Dada collages into oil paint 3 years before Surrealism formally emerged. It depicts...
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I'm not a fan of the surrealist stuff. It's gotten very hot. It keeps getting hot. Like, it's got a lot of momentum. But this is like an incredible painting. And here's the thing, what I'm most impressed by. It's really well framed. I know it's not a big deal. The frame doesn't add, it's not, listen, the frame is really not, this is like, I don't know, $2,000 worth of framing, but it's actually well thought out. Look at this. You got the yellow kind of thing between the white gold of that frame. Somebody thought of that. And that, that matches with the whole, the painting, the yellow in there. And you got the kind of double frame going to make it look more impressive. I love that. I'm going to copy that actually. Next time I get something framed, I'm going to use this because it really makes the painting.
A surreal desert landscape dominated by a giant samovar, a metal urn, transforming a mundane object into an evocative, dreamlike terrain. It is a witty yet unsettling juxtaposition reflecting the post-war disorientation of Ernst's generation.
Blah, blah, blah.
Roger and Josette had quite a strong...
By the way, have you noticed, here's the one thing I do got to say, the people who write this, copy, the dialogue, all the catalog copy for, okay, there's a real serious kind of like, what is it? There are levels to these catalogs, right? So the best catalog descriptions, the smartest people, the most educated, most sophisticated people at Christie's, Sotheby's, and Phillips doesn't do old masters, but whatever, is the people in the old masters department. Then you got 19th century. After that, contemporary art, modern art, those people are, pretty good. But I'll put it this way, like the people in the old masters in the 19th century, that's like PhD level, super educated, very smart, high IQ people. When it comes to modern and contemporary, you kind of have like your middle brow, kind of like, UCLA, Georgetown people. And then you got the guys who write the catalog copy for watches at Phillips and Christie's and Sotheby's. And that's the bottom of the barrel, okay? The people who write the copy for watches, for the catalogs, for Christie's and Sotheby's, those are the people who like, if they didn't get that job, they'd be working at like TMZ, okay? It's like the bottom of the barrel. It's like people from LA. It's actually like Watch Nicholas. I mean, okay, all kidding aside, it's really like people at the bottom of the barrel. I mean, they have just enough education. I mean, they have like, they all have like, fancy parents, because look, to get a job at Sotheby's or Christie's, you need to have social connections. They're not hiring a guy like me, right? They're hiring a guy who's like, they went to, what the hell is it? Andover, or they went to, Phillips. Was it Phillips? No, what's the other place? Fancy schools. You got fancy parents. because it's very important for them to get access to your social network, because they got to get business from your social network, because the whole business is based on, getting estates, when, estate collections, right? So like, you got stuff to sell, you go to them, right? I get it. That's the way it works, right? But the people who write the watch content are the bottom of the barrel. Like Phillips has got this guy with a dirty Sanchez mustache. He's got a dirty Sanchez mustache at Phillips, and he writes the most insipid catalog copy possible, like low IQ. I mean, again, the watch collectors are really the bottom of the barrel. So, okay, let's see what these people have to say.
Concentration of not only European post-war art, but really international post-war art. And that reminds me of the Kusama in
highly overrated. This Yaoi Kusama, whatever, this Japanese broad. I don't get it. She became very hot in the last couple of years. It's a one-trick pony. She does the dots. I get it. She points dots. What's the big deal? I really don't get it. All the hipsters, all the kids today, they're all like, oh, Kusama, like, I think this is a social media phenomenon from Instagram, like with the pumpkins and all that. I think it's a bunch of hipsters. They started posting these pictures so that they would come across as sophisticated or something. But Yaoi Kusama, I don't get it. She's like a conceptual artist. This is like very high intellectual stuff, which has no aesthetic sense of value. There's really no aesthetic value. This is purely an intellectual exercise, which I'm not into.
Infinity Nets from 1960 really is the germination of what has now become a career-defining practice. You then have,
again, by the way, this actually, dollar-wise, this is a historically very important early painting of hers. This is right when she was starting to do this, so this is a historically important painting. This will get big money. Not my thing, but historically very important. This is a museum quality piece. This is basically like an institutional quality stuff.
Have a really.
We got Cy Twombly, 1962. He does these squiggles with pencil. I don't really get it that much. He's actually a very serious artist. There's a lot to it, whatever. It looks very simple. It's not as simple. He gets big money. I don't get the Cy Twombly thing, really. It is kind of, beautiful in that kind of minimalist way. The problem I have with this is I don't know if it'll be relevant in 100 years. In 100 years, I don't think it'll be that. 200 years, I don't know if it'll be that, culturally relevant. It's just kind of this minimalist abstraction of. He's in his own world. This guy is in his own kind of school of abstraction.
Remarkable Cy Twombly from 1960.
Big money, and this is actually a very important piece. 1962, prime year.
1962, which was installed in their dining room almost as like a little gem as you went around the corner. You have Lucio Fontana's incredible Concetto Spaziale. Not only is it remarkable.
Okay, again, Lucio Fontana, great artist. My issue with this is you want to have this in red. If you're going to get a Lucio Fontana painting, it's got to be red. It's got to be red with a black background, not blue. Red gets the money. Red gets the money. That's what he's doing.
Because of the powerful and really quite vivid blue that he uses, but it's also extraordinary the rhythm of.
Look at that. By the way, so you see this? He slashes the canvas. He slashes the canvas on the back. There's like a black canvas in the back. It's pretty simple. He slashes the canvas, and you get a $2 million painting, $5 million painting. But it's actually quite sophisticated. And historically important. That's what people are paying for. This was a historically important conceptual art in the 1960s.
Pen cuts that go across the canvas. In his pursuit.
By the way, you couldn't give this away 15 years ago, 20 years ago, in the early 2000s, 2020s. Excuse me, in the early 2000s, you couldn't give this away. In the 1990s, you couldn't give this away. And all of a sudden, the prices increased 1,000%. That's right. Unbelievable. But true. That's the deal. Question here. Let's get to the punters. Do you consider a painting of dogs playing poker? Yes, it is. Yes, that's right. Unbelievable but true. Unbelievable but true. Crybaby sing. I don't even know what that is. We got some Polak over here. Are you Jew-maxing? Yes, we are Jew-maxing here. That's right. Unbelievable, but true. This is too sophisticated for you. This is not for the goyim like you. Unbelievable, but true. We got the crybaby Singh. What's your opinion on duct tape banana? Yo, yeah, the duct tape banana. That's the Italian guy. What's his name? The Italian guy. That guy's a grifter con man. Grifter con man. It's concept art, and you know, I really hate that stuff. I hate concept art. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. It's intellectual masturbation. You know, for me, I like something which is aesthetically beautiful, that shows craftsmanship. I'm a fan of painting. I love, you know, something beautifully painted. I'm a painting fan, okay? And you know, concept art is basically just intellectual masturbation. That guy, what the hell is his name? The banana guy, Italian guy. You know, all this stuff is kind of goofy. And you know, by the way, you know, the way but the banana thing is great, because what you're getting with a banana, if I'm not mistaken, is I think the way it works with that type of stuff is what you really get, like in terms of deliverables when you pay the money, is I think you get a piece of paper that basically tells you how to create the piece of art, because you know the banana obviously decomposes, right, and the duct tape will, you know, disintegrate. But he gives you a sheet of paper which tells you specifications that, you know, you need this type of banana and you need this much duct tape, and it's got to be taped at this type of angle on the wall. That is what you get. That, by the way, there's concept art that's sold as they tell you, okay, you know, they basically, I don't know, it's a splatter of paint on the wall or whatever it is, and what you actually get, I mean, this is insane. It's actually, this is like a very meta. Is what you actually get is, yeah, you get a sheet of paper. You get a sheet of paper with instructions that tells you, you know, the thing, and that's the thing that you're buying and selling. So it's just it's too much intellectual masturbation. I like painterly stuff.
To try and break into a new realm of painting, he literally goes beyond the canvas, revealing this new dimension, new realm.
By the way, very well explained. This lady's very smart.
As the collection expanded and they explored new directions,
shit, what a beautiful setup that they have here. Look at this room. Look what they did here. It's again, it's a guy's house. It's a guy's house in Belgium, a third world country. He's created like a little museum. This guy created a little museum in his house with the lighting and everything.
I think it's interesting to see the Van Til.
Was that Chadwick or whatever? I'm not a fan of this British sculpture art.
Adding three-dimensional works.
You know, I don't think it's that impressive.
Form of sculpture.
It's become very hot in the last like 20 years. I'm not a fan.
Collection. And it's fascinating to see how they then place these works, both in the house and outdoors, to create these wonderful dialogues. The most compelling sculpture you see when you enter the garden is
wow, Henry Moore. Now this is big money. Henry Moore. You know, I don't really get Henry Moore. Again, I don't get these British sculptor guys, these modern sculptors. It's a little too, you know, I don't know. I don't really, you know, I mean, listen, it's beautifully made. I get the whole thing. It doesn't move me spiritually. It doesn't move me spiritually.
Of course, the Henry Moore Goslar warrior, and it shows this over life-sized figure.
By the way, what a beautiful, look at this, look at the face. I mean, that is amazing. You don't see that with Henry. I mean, that is actually, because it leaves something to the imagination. It's abstraction. You know what? Everything I just said, I take it back. This is actually a beautiful piece. This is going to get massive money. This is, you know, world class. This is, you know, institutional quality. Our good friend Emir Altani. Emir Altani should get this because this is not haram. This is not haram. This, you know, the Muslims, they don't want to, you know, it's like they don't want to show the, what do you call it? The body. You can't depict the body. It's all actually, I think, goes back to Judaism. So you notice that there's actually never been any Jewish painters up until the 19th century. That's right. There's never been any great Jewish painters to the 19th century. All of a sudden, after the 19th century, you had a bunch of, you got Modigliani, you got Soutine, you got a whole bunch of them. But before that, there were no Jews painting. Why is it? because like Islam, Judaism does not allow the depiction of human form, because it would be considered idolatry. It goes back to like idolatry type stuff. So the painters, the Jewish painters in the 19th century and afterwards, the 20th, basically they were like assimilated. They were not religious. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been painting bodies. Modigliani, that's right. The famous Modigliani was an Italian Jew. But he was, he was basically not religious. He was kind of like, I don't know, assimilated, because believe me, his grandparents would never have been painting the human form, especially a nude human form. They would never have been painted because it would be haram. So our good friend, the Emir Al-Thani, can buy this for the museum in Doha. That's right. We approve. We approve. This is halal. This sculpture is 100% halal. I'm giving the fatwa saying this is 100% halal for the Emir.
In the most vulnerable of poses, an incredibly powerful sculpture filled with pathos because of the subject matter.
I think what really resonated with me when I went round the home was Tracy Emin's painting from 2000.
I don't care about Tracy Emin. I think the only weak painting these people have is these British artists, the YBAs, the young British artists like that. They're all a bunch of jerk offs. It's the Damien Hirst. I don't really get that stuff. They're just, again, a bunch of mental masturbation. It's not that, I don't know. Look, obviously talented. I couldn't do this. She's actually quite talented. There's a lot to it. I don't really care for Tracy Emin, with all her like naked stuff. It's just too much. Again, mental masturbation, like Damien Hirst with a shark cut up. Mental masturbation, highly overrated artist.
2016. Emin painted it during a period of mourning after the death of her mother. It is a really wonderfully powerful and expressive painting, blurring the boundaries between art and life, as Emin explores painting as a way to process grief.
The collection also features.
You know what? I
It is a pivotal work.
That's what I said. I get what she's saying. She actually explains the thing. I'm not a fan of the visually thing. I'm not a fan of the whole visual, like whatever. But basically, this Tracy, she did this, I guess after her mother died or something. You could see there's some sort of like, psychological stuff going on here. It's too like not enough. Again, I like color. I like texture. I need a lot of stuff. And to me, this is like very minimalistic. I get the whole intellectual backstory. It's good. It's valid. Next.
Just two important paintings by René Magritte, including La Plaine de l'Air.
Wow, René Magritte. Now, again, I'm not really a fan of surrealism, but when we're talking about René Magritte, which is like the most important surrealist, or whatever, top two, what an incredible painting. I'm not even a fan of the guy. What an incredible painting. We're gonna get it close. This is the most beautiful Magritte painting, and one of the best paintings. This is top 1% material. Really, one of the best. This is the best. Incredible painting. This is what's their estimate? I don't know. It's got to be 10 million plus.
Painted in 1940, as the German army was sweeping across Europe, it captures the stifling, foreboding atmosphere that engulfed the continent at the beginning of the Second World War.
What a beautiful painting. Look at this. You got this landscape with the leaf. It's the details, the light, the shade. It's very, in terms of, it's really, really well done. Multiple levels. Technically, you got the intellectual thing going on there. It's got everything going on for it.
And features the solitary leaf tree, a recurring image in Magritte's work.
Look at the
Vivid blue that he uses.
Explored new into the gardens of.
Hang on.
Emin painted.
Also features painted in 1940 as the German army was.
Look at the way the clouds are painted, and look at the it's beautiful work. Incredible. The levels of detail here are just crazy.
Sweeping across Europe. It captures the stifling, foreboding atmosphere that engulfed the continent at the beginning of the Second World War, and features the solitary leaf tree.
Look at the clouds. That is just, again, this guy had to think about the composition, execute the colors. This has got to be one of the most beautiful paintings I've seen ever. Like literally, this has got to be in the top 1%. Top 1%.
A recurring image in Magritte's work here.
Again, look at the light with the clouds. I mean, this has got to be, this is for sure Magritte's probably one of his best paintings. Forget about the one with the guy with the apple, with the umbrellas, the apple umbrellas. That's all, you know, it's very famous, whatever, but this is a masterpiece in terms of painting.
Standing alone on a mountaintop, watching over an empty landscape.
Barry Flanagan's Bowler is wonderful work.
Yeah, this is kind of, yeah, again, this is gesture. This is not looks maxing or aura maxing. This is gesture maxing. Not a fan of this Barry Flanagan. I mean, it's kind of cute, whatever. You know, I'm not a fan of this cutesy. I'm not into the cutesy type sculpture. I mean, this is basically for rich people that are just bored. This is like sculpture for bored rich people. You know, they got to have something that costs a lot of money that, you know, they could say they spent, you know, I don't know, $2 million on. Fucking what is that? It's a rabbit. It's a rabbit. It's a bronze rabbit. Who cares?
Full of humor and movement. This anthropomorphic use of the hair to demonstrate the bowling action in a game of cricket. The scale is wonderful, again, over life-sized, and it just is a great juxtaposition and contrast to the seriousness of the Henry Moore.
It's a contrast. I get it. By the way, these people probably got it at a cheap price. They're very sophisticated collectors. Everything they have here, by the way, this collection, like just like we do with the watches, we rate based on quality. You know, interest. Is it interesting? Is it going to make money? This collection gets a AAA plus. These guys get a triple 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, they get a 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Why? You know, they got contemporary modernism, ancient art. You know, they got that Cambodian or whatever it is. They got the Cambodian sculpture next to the what do they got? What was it? It was who was it? The Latin art. I mean, they got everything, and it's just beautifully done. They're not cloud chasing. They're not, you know, trying to, you know, looks max and aura max. They really just believe in what they, you know, they collect what they like, and this is just everything here is top quality. It's all top quality, and it's all gonna make big money.
Another example is one of the earliest.
Jean Dubuffet. This is what you want, 1963. I would like a little bit more color. I mean, so this is on a scale of 1 to 10. This is like for Dubuffet, I would say this is on a scale, again, on a scale of 1 to 10. It's like a 7. It's a 7, 7.5 in terms of the composition. Because what you really want is you want the red and blue. You want more bright colors. There's no bright colors in here. You want the brighter reds and blues. This one is a little bit monochromatic. You want the richer colors, but the composition is great.
Major works in
Dubuffet is going all the way up, by the way, all the way up.
Jean Dubuffet's career-defining or-loop cycle, which was described as one of the most radical visual languages of its time. His work was inspired by doodles and semi-conscious drawings, embracing a
actually, his work was inspired by retards. Yeah, unbelievable but true. Jean Dubuffet was inspired by paintings made by, people in insane asylums. It was called outsider art, art brut, etc., etc. Yes, inspired by art brut, but yeah, beautiful. Again, I want to see richer colors. You see, he's got the reds, but the reds, they're not that bright. I want to see a richer, brighter reds and blues. This painting is a little bit too, the color is a little bit too subdued for my taste. If they were bright, this would be a AAA, 10 out of 10.
Process that was rooted in spontaneity and intuition. I think.
Look at this. You got a $3 million painting hanging over a $2,000, $800 couch, and you got on the left. You got this constructivist. This is the Latin art. It's some Cuban. I think it's Cuban or whatever, Venezuelan on the right side over there. You got. You got some cheap furniture. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's kind of not that impressive. The furniture. The furniture game is lacking, but that's okay. I mean, these people don't need to flex. They don't give a shit.
My lasting memory of seeing.
Wow, who's this? I don't know.
The collection at Roger and Josette's home in Flanders was that this was a collection.
That's right. These people are in Flanders. You know where Flanders is? It's in Belgium. You know where Belgium is? Oh, you know what that is at the left? the naked woman with the breastises. That's a Nikki St. Paul. Nikki St. Paul. I actually sold a Nikki St. Paul. I think she's a horrible artist. I mean, Nikki St. Paul, I think, is absolute garbage. I don't understand. I think it's the most like, it's goofy. Yeah, I actually sold a Nikki St. Paul to a big gallery. Who did I sell to? I'll tell you who I sold. I sold to Opera Gallery. Okay, Opera Gallery. By the way, great guy. They're very super sophisticated. So Opera Gallery, they have retail locations on where are they? They had one on Madison Avenue, which was kind of a failure. But the main thing is he opens up galleries on like the best streets in top tier cities, London, Paris. And I think he's got one in Dubai. I think he's got one in Beirut, of all places. Anyway, Opera Gallery. So I sold him the Nikki St. Paul sculpture wall applique in one of our auctions a couple of years back, and I sold it for how much? 90,000. It was about 100 grand. It was about 100 grand. I think he probably flipped for 300 to 500 grand in their retail gallery. Unbelievable, true. That's right. Opera Gallery, great guy. He's actually. So why am I telling you the story? I'm telling you the story is because when you buy art from one of our auctions, you're actually getting it at wholesale. So you can get it from us, wholesale, or you can buy from a retail gallery. On Madison Avenue, or Avenue Montaigne in Paris, or Bond Street in London, okay, Cork Street in London, you're going to be paying 3 to 5 times more, okay? So yes, the Nikki St. Paul that we sold to that guy sold for 3 times more. Now, is he ripping people off? No, he's not. That's what he's got to do. He's buying it at wholesale. He's got expenses. He's paying $500 a square foot for a retail lease. That's what you pay. You got to pay for you're paying. You want the retail champagne experience. If you want the champagne experience, you got to pay the champagne price. It is what it is. Okay. Or, so look, there's a difference if you buy. When you buy from the Colonel, when you buy direct from the Colonel ships to you from a warehouse. It's a nasty and vicious warehouse in Las Vegas. Whereas, if you want to look at the painting, you want to see what do we had? We had this is a funny story. We had what's his name? A Robert Rauschenberg painting about 10 years ago. I had a Robert Rauschenberg painting. It actually came from the same guy. The same guy as the Nikki St. Paul, also the Robert Rauschenberg, and he also had a what's his name? A Wesselman painting. This guy had some good stuff. We sold all his stuff. We sold about $1 million worth of paintings from this guy. This guy was a deadbeat scumbag. He tried to screw me at the last piece because what happened is we took it on consignment, and it was a what we call a virtual consignment. So we didn't have the piece in hand. We didn't have it in storage. He had it. So we sold it. I called the guy. I said, listen, okay, Bob, and that is his name, Bob, okay, last name initial R, scumbag. Bob R. I said, Bob, hey, congratulations. We sold you Nikki St. Paul for whatever it was, 90 grand, 100 grand. I forgot what the number was. I'm going to be giving you a certified check, and please bring over the piece to the shipping because we already got the wire. We got the wire. I'm giving you the check. Bring over the piece. This guy, we have a written consignment agreement. He starts going, my wife, she wants the thing. Oh, she doesn't want me to sign. I didn't tell him. He starts going he's trying to renege on the deal. He's reneging. That's right. Bob was reneging on the deal. This guy's a scumbag, low-life German piece of garbage. Actually, he's actually from I think Chicago, but he spent most of his career, I think, in Germany or somewhere. He's probably some sort of Nazi. Anyway, look, he got paid. We paid him. Again, this is a guy, gave him literally, I put $1 million in his pocket and he tries to screw me at the last minute. We had to threaten him with a lawsuit because this is actually a big transaction, which he signed a contract. He's trying to renege. Anyway, look, we needed to get the deal closed. So I had to basically he's trying to renege. He's trying to squeeze me on some money. That's what he's trying to do, this scumbag. Okay. And look, we had to bite the bullet and give him a couple $1,000. we had to reduce our commission. We had to reduce the commission, you know, so to get the piece, because, you know, we wanted to have a good relationship with the buyer, whatever, in a hurry. You know, I didn't give a shit at the time. But yeah, that guy Bob, he's a piece of shit. And you know what? That Bob also was a Rolex Daytona wearer. That's right. This guy Bob, Rolex Daytona, two-tone Rolex Daytona. Unbelievable, but true. Actually, you know, this guy had some interesting stuff. He had a Ferrari, he had a racing Ferrari that he sold for, I think, a couple $1,000,000. He had some shotguns from, I think it was the Howland and Purdy, whatever. Interesting guy. A real scumbag. But listen, it is what it is. When you deal with guys, and, you know, he's a very, you know, you deal with ruthless type of business guys who are scumbags. It's part of the thing. It's part of the whole thing. You know, you get, you know, human nature does not surprise me anymore. It really doesn't. Anyway, Nikki St. Paul, which is the sculpture we're talking about, which is that naked lady in the middle, absolute garbage. I don't really understand it. It's total trash.
That was living and breathing, and was a reflection of.
Wow, look at this. Oh, on the right, you got that neon. That's what's his name? What's his name? Israeli guy from Brooklyn. I don't understand his sculpt. I don't get it. It's, what's his name again? I don't understand his stuff.
Of two people's passion to collect and
get some art
live with the
Here we go.
objects that spoke to them the most.
Unbelievable, true. Wow, unbelievable. How about let's jump in? We got more. I think I'm going to do more of these videos here. Hang on a second. Hang on. We got one from Sotheby's here on something else. Let's do this. This is actually pretty cool. We got another European collection. I love this stuff. I really love this. I love this thing. Yeah, this is amazing. Let's watch this. Look at this. You see this? Is this on the screen? Yeah, this is beautiful. Wow. What a house. Look at this. Look, you got these chandeliers. You got these Solomonic columns with the gilt. A lot of gold. This is Iran. By the way, Iranians, speaking of Iran, Iranians love this stuff. Actually, Iranians love 19th century, but Iranians love gold. They love
regret, but he was also a collector. When he buys,
back up. We got to have some respect here. We got to have some respect. Let's show the beginning. We got this guy. This is the guy. He's got these hipster sunglasses from the 70s. You could imagine this guy. This is the 1970s. He's probably wearing an AP Royal Oak or a Nautilus. I mean, this is the look. If you're going to wear a Royal Oak or a Nautilus in the 1970s, this is the look you want right there. This is the guy. That's the brand ambassador for Royal Oak.
My father was an antique dealer. When he sells, he will always regret, but he was also a collector.
Yeah, you know, that's the problem. Yeah, when you sell something good, you kind of regret selling it because you really want to hold it, but you need the money, because if you don't get the money, you can't pay the bill. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, but yeah. I've been there and done it. Now, this is his daughter. Now, by the way, I don't know, is it a male or female? I don't know what's going on. It's a French thing. She's wearing like a tuxedo. Who knows what's going on, but this is some good style. I get the style. This is what I call looks maxing and aura maxing here. We got Riz maxing.
Forever. Jean-Marie Rossi was my father. My brother Fritz, my sister Cynthia, and I were raised by Jean-Marie Rossi as an antique dealer and an art collector.
I think I've passed. You know what? I must have passed by this gallery like a million times. It's on the left bank. I must have passed it by a million times. I've looked in their window. I don't think I've ever been inside because it may have been closed whenever I'm passing by. I'm 99% sure this is the place. It's right, like on the left bank, right across from the Louvre.
Started to be an antique dealer at the time when only antique dealers were buying and selling French.
Check out the sculptures. That's what's his name? The nude girls on the. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Check this out. He's got the sculpture, this contemporary piece, the naked girls on top of the 18th century French console over there. He's got the desk. I mean, this is cool. This is cool. By the way, our good friend Jeffrey Epstein bought from this guy. Oh, you know what's funny? You see the sculptures he's got on the desk? I actually sold a pair of sculptures just like that, but on better bases, on these marble bases. I sold it to a Russian oligarch, a mini oligarch in Silicon Valley. Interesting, unbelievable, but true.
And he decided to do as he wanted. So he had in his shop German, English, Italian pieces.
Wow, look at that. This is some Indian desk. You got the elephants at the bottom. Now that is, I mean, this is I'm actually stunned. This is a masterpiece. I don't know what this is. It's an absolute masterpiece. Maybe we'll Google it, but this is absolutely magnificent. This is probably like rosewood. You got some elephants. It's like gilt with inlay. You got inlay. You probably got some ivory inlay, carved. I mean, this is an absolute AAA 10 plus. It's a 15 out of 10.
And it was a scandal at that time.
This is an absolute, it's a 100 out of 10. We're going to look up what this is.
Je l'ai connu en 93 ou 14. Jean-Marie avait plus d'1 m 90. Il était très imposant, une espèce de grande figure comme ça. Il a acheté à partir des années 60.
Buying contemporary art in this, by the way, you know, nobody was buying contemporary art in the 1960s. Nobody. In Europe, nobody was buying contemporary art. You know, if the Europeans weren't buying too much art because, you know, they were busted down from the war, they didn't have any money. You know, they were basically buying, if any Europeans that had money in the 60s, you know, they were buying like, you know, Picasso, whatever. They were buying the modern art from, you know, 20 years earlier. They were not buying the contemporary stuff of the moment. By the way, this guy, or maxing, we get this outfit, this is a 10 out of 10. Look at this. This guy gets a 10 out of 10. Look at this jacket. I mean, this is a cool jacket with the, you know, I'm a fan of corduroy. He's got this collar with the integrated thing. It's some sort of a deconstructed jacket. And notice this, he's not like Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Yeah, he's wearing a tie with a tab button collar there. I mean, this guy has taste. I mean, this guy is aura maxing and looks maxing, okay? Loosh. Yeah, there you go. This is right. That's right. Unbelievable true. That's right. The Duke, the Duke Omar. That's 100% right. This is exactly it. You know, Jeffrey Epstein was a fan of that style. This is unbelievable true. Yeah, this. I mean, I love that stuff. You know, I was actually I don't want to say good friends with. I wasn't really friends with. I mean, we were kind of like let's just say neighbors in the art business with, you know, this one of Jeffrey Epstein's antiques dealers. This lady that sold him a bunch of stuff, and this is exactly what she had. She had this like mix of like weird stuff, contemporary, 19th century, and you know, it was fucking crazy. And she was absolutely nuts. I mean, this is a whole. I don't want to get into too many personal details, whatever. But here's the crazy thing. She had super. I mean, like I had a little gallery type of booth next to her, and I was getting no business because I'm a tomato can. And but she's getting like heavy hitters going to her place, like literally all day long. She had heavy hitters. I mean, like super, like, you know, heavy hitters. You know who was there? I mean, first of all, Jeffrey Epstein was a client. She had Valentino, you know, the fashion guy who died recently. Valentino was her client. He was in there with the Italians, heavy, high-end Italians were coming in there. The Kennedy family, that's right, the Kennedys from, you know, from Massachusetts came in. I mean, she had all these heavy hitters coming in there that passed by my place. I'd get no business. She'd get, you know, I don't know, some weird stuff going on there. But yeah, anyway, the Louche. We talk about Louche.
De l'art contemporain, il a été un des premiers à le.
Let's check out this. Listen, I got to give this guy's outfit. This guy's aura maxing. This guy, that jacket, seriously, I would love to get a jacket. Where does this guy get this jacket? I have something similar, but not. This is a fucking cool jacket. Oh, it's a suit, actually. I don't think this is like a bespoke thing. This is like off the rack, but this is a pretty cool. Look at this. It's like this deconstructed whatever. The Duke Omar. What do you think? What do you rate? What do you rank this guy's? Is this guy Rizmaxing over here? I give this outfit a 10 out of 10. Now, personally, I cannot wear this type of collar because I can't have my top button closed. I got to have it slightly open, even when I'm wearing a tie, because I just don't like to have the top button closed. It makes me claustrophobic. And especially when you do the tab collar thing or whatever, because then you got it really, it's right up against your neck. I don't like that. But this guy is fucking, this guy's a 10 out of 10 here.
Il a été un des premiers à le mélanger.
Oh yeah, look at it. Who's this? This is this guy, 1960s guy. Look, by the way, look at the wall. Beautiful. You got the red. I think this is he's got that Venetian plaster. Incredible color. And he's got the gilt, what do you call it? The wall, what the hell is it? The lighting thing and the whatever it's called. Beautifully made. We got some for sale, by the way.
Yeah,
and if you're going to hang up a contemporary piece, you want that type of white contemporary frame. Look at the contrast. Look at this. Fucking amazing. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Gardé en mélange avec le grand.
I'm not a fan of that painting. It's too much brown. It's got that diarrhea color, but it matches the console here, which is beautiful.
18e, le grand 17e.
Wow. Look at this. Holy shit. Holy shit. Look at that inlay. Oh my God. Now that's inlay. That's not painted.
Les grands meubles baroques, pouvant offrir une vraie collection ancienne.
Yeah, that is the real deal, my friends.
Associée à l'expression contemporaine de l'art.
Oh, Tom Wesselman. Yeah, that's our good friend, Tom Wesselman. It's a nude woman with his nipple. That's right. It's a nipple right there. By the way, as a Tom Wesselman, this is very interesting. This is a Tom Wesselman painting. You see, you got the phone, you got an orange, and you got a black breast with a black nipple, which I'm assuming this is an African-American female, which I have never seen Tom Wesselman painting with a black woman. Never, ever, ever, ever. So this is quite interesting. Very, very rare. Very, very rare. Tom Wesselman black nude, black nipples on a Tom Wesselman painting. I've never seen it. I never knew he painted black women. So this is super rare, super rare. And the colors here are absolutely beautiful. AAA, 100% AAA. Look at the phone. The phone, that dial phone is, because this was done in the 60s. In the 1960s, they had these rotary dial phones. You got that Tiffany blue. You got the orange, which is part of a steam. You got some rose. This is beautiful composition. And you got the rarity factor of the black nipple. The rarity factor of the black nipple. By the way, the French are really into that. The French love the African culture. They love African sculpture. They have what's called negrophilia. That's right, negrophilia, which means they are the opposite of racist. They actually love black people for whatever reason, or they did back in the day, like Josephine Baker and all that. So this painting would get big money in France. In the U.S., not so much, because the Americans, for the most part, are racist. So the American market is not a buyer for this, because most Americans are racist. And the blacks, okay, we're talking about the black collectors, and there's not that many, which is a problem. So the only major heavy hitters in that market would be, what's his name? Jay-Z, in terms of contemporary art. And he's not buying this. He wouldn't buy this. This is like too sophisticated for him. He wouldn't buy this. Yeah, and he's a homosexual, Jay-Z. So I don't think he wants to see nipples in his house. So there's really a limited market. So most American collectors are racist, so they're not buying this, and the blacks aren't buying this because I don't think they get it. It's a white painter. They're not buying work by white painters because the black collectors are racist. So everybody in America is basically racist. So anyway, but this painting is a triple 10 out of 10. I would love to own this. Yeah, unbelievable, true.
Contemporaine de l'art. Je pense le plus beau meuble de la collection est un secrétaire de Montigny Louis XVI avec son cartonnier.
Oh yeah, we got the desk here. Hang on a second. We got the Duke. Hey, it's from the Is it from the Armory? The Armory. Is it the? Oh, it could be. That's the Armory guy. Yeah, I think the Armory guy sells that stuff. That's that Chocha. It's the Chocha guy, Mark Chocha. Could be. I think it's fucking cool. I want to get one of these. Yeah, that's a cool suit. It really is. Now this type of furniture, I don't think has too much upside. It's too fussy. This type of stuff is a little bit too fussy for where the world is going. This is pretty much dead money, unless you're dealing with, you know, who loves this stuff? Actually, Iranians. That's right. The Iranians love French antique furniture like this. They love the gilt. They love this stuff. But I should say, look, the older generation, to be clear, not the younger ones, the older ones. So the ones that are like 50 plus love this stuff. The younger ones, I don't know if it's going to pass on to them. I mean, they know about it, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
En bois de rôle, absolument superbe, dans un état parfait. Magnifique cartonnier, magnifique bureau, proportion humaine, très grand objet qui parle tout seul.
My father also was the first antique dealer to mount.
Okay, so check this out. So look at this. You got, what's his name? Is that Tapis? I think that's Tapis painting in the back. Tapis or Miro. I don't know. Tapis, Miro. I think it's either Miro or Tapis. And you got this sculpture. Who was it by? I think I think it's either the contemporary guy who's those brothers. It's those brothers who do the crazy naked sculptures, or it's somebody. I think that's what it is. It's those brothers, the British brothers. He's got the thing on top of this French 18th century, which means 1700s for you tomato cans, table. Fucking amazing. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is pure class. You know who would love this? You know who would love this? Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein would have loved to own this. I mean, this probably, I mean, if Jeffrey Epstein saw this, he would have bought this whole setup over here, because he had an apartment in Paris. Jeffrey Epstein, our good friend.
Exhibitions mixed with
Fuck, this is too sophisticated. This is too much intellectual sophistication. I'm not into this like installation art bullshit.
contemporary art. We did exhibitions with Michelangelo.
But that's very, very sophisticated. By the way, look at this. Now this guy's got a nice suit. This is you notice the lapel, the tall guy. That's the guy whose collection this is. It's I think, what is it? How do you pronounce it? I think Camps de Luca. I think they do that. I like the way they do those. What do you call it? The lapel, the notch. That notch. It looks like a fish mouth. Fucking amazing. Look at the setup here. This is what's his name? I think John Baldessari. Is that John Baldessari painting this?
Daniel Buren, and
That's the gallery.
it always was a success. It was a
Amazing. Amazing stuff.
mix and match, and not a juxtaposition. Jean-Marie Rossi was also
Yeah, this is the Royal Oak Nautilus look of the 1970s. It's got the 70s vibes, you know, this is it.
a patron. He helped a lot of artists when they were very young, especially the École de Nice, such as César,
École de Nice. Oh, César.
Farid, Armand, Jean-Pierre Reynaud, Bernard Venet,
We have an Armand painting for sale. Armand is the leather daddy on the left. That's the guy in the leather daddy.
and much more.
Jean-Marie Rossi, un ami que j'ai connu très tôt, j'avais 23 ans. Je suis arrivé à Paris, c'était donc en 1964. Je l'ai rencontré, c'est grâce à lui, bien entendu, que j'ai connu Philippe Durand-Ruel. On se
Ruel, wow. Heavy hitters.
voyait souvent, il y avait des dîners de copains, on parlait d'art, bien sûr. Ce qui est formidable, c'est que le jour où il achetait, avec Philippe Durand-Ruel et Denise
This guy's got the cigarette. All the kids are into cigarettes now. That's right. The cigarettes are back, baby. So this is the proper look. This is what you want. You want to be wearing the cigarette with the corduroy suit.
Durand-Ruel, à partir de ce moment-là, on avait un
Great painting.
prix. Rossi, Durand-Ruel avait acheté à tel prix. Et donc les autres devaient suivre.
He was collecting all sorts of things, blue chin, but also contemporary art. Arriving in my father's
The Asian Chinese art has gone through the moon.
house at Rueil-Malmaison was like arriving to heaven. It was really
Man, this is beautiful. Look at this. Now that's a nice, I mean, I don't know, man. I love the colors. I love green. I love this like rich green with the golden green. It's the Rolex colors, golden green, baby. This is like the Rolex AD here. You got the red. I mean, amazing. Look at this.
something completely different with art.
This is what's his name? Shit, can't remember. Dubuffet? No, I think it's Dubuffet. Is it Dubuffet?
Everywhere, a garden. The house was a museum.
C'était une toute petite maison et il avait accolé et construit lui-même, ou fait faire construire, une espèce de véranda qui faisait 6 mètres sous plafond, absolument hors d'échelle, avec 2 lampadaires.
Well, that's the naked sculpture. The naked sculpture, he's got it on the plexi. You got to keep it under the plexi so it doesn't get dust. I mean, seriously, this is pure class. You got the green leather sofa, the zebra. Yeah, I highly recommend the zebra. That's right. The Colonel has a zebra skin rug on the floor. You got to have the zebra. You got to have a zebra skin. Gives it that glam vibes, baby. Yeah, amazing, amazing. It's got the whole Jeffrey Epstein setup.
19e, il faisait 3 mètres de haut, les 2 femmes nues sur une console de Bugatti, un énorme tableau de Jouve qui
Oh, the console is by Bugatti? Bugatti. No, we're talking about the Bugatti. That's the by the way, the family, that's the family. There was brothers. I think one brother did the car, the other brothers did sculpture. You got, oh, that's the painting by Jouvet, French Art Deco artist, beautiful stuff. He's got the elephants. I think if you're gonna do Jouvet, you want the tigers and lions. The elephants, I mean, this is a beautiful painting. I mean, really, if you're gonna do the Jouvet, you want tigers and lions. Look at this, he's got a Syrian console. He's got like the ivory thing there. He's got a whole multicultural. It's all multicultural. He's got the painting in the back. It's a joke painting. A joke painting.
Un panneau qui doit faire 3,50 m de large. Tout ça après une toute petite pièce très décorée, très Visconti, tableau de...
Look at this. We're talking about cabinet work here. This is some nice cabinet work. You got 19th century paintings, a lot of velvet. You got mix and match. I mean, what a beautiful room. I don't know what to tell you.
Gustave Doré, bleu de Chine extraordinaire, meuble...
Blue sheen. Yeah, talking about blue sheen. Yeah, this is big money. The Chinese love this stuff. They love this porcelain stuff.
Il tenait une opposition totale qui reflétait parfaitement son choix.
Those naked girls, he's a big fan of those naked girls. He's got them everywhere. He's moved it around. He's moved that sculpture.
Ce qu'il proposait, aussi bien dans sa galerie et surtout dans sa maison.
Yeah, listen, you got to have the red velvet walls. You got to do the red velvet walls. Unbelievable, but true. The Epstein desk. Yeah, we're waiting for delivery. I got to do some restoration in the headquarters, and we're going to do the Epstein desk in there. We got the Duke Green Rush. We got multiple Dukes. We got multiple Dukes in the house. We're focused right now. We got the Art Pivot. You know, I'm kind of bored with watches. You know why I'm bored with watches? I tell you why I'm bored with watches. Here's my issue with the watch thing. The problem I have with the watches, I'm a little bit concerned with vintage watches because, you know, we're getting to the end of the runway. Like, you know, like to keep a market exciting, you got to have new stuff. You got to have new stuff in the market all the time to keep it exciting. You got to have new discoveries. So, for example, you know, a year ago, we were talking about the Patek Nautilus. We were talking about, 70s watches, this, that, new stuff. But the problem is this. Here's my problem with the watch market. You know, the watches have only been around for the most part from the 1950s and onwards. So the only watches that are relevant, the only horology that's relevant for us is really stuff pretty much from the 1960s to now. So it's a couple of decades, and you only have a limited number of brands. The only brands we're interested in is a limited number. Patek, AP, Rolex, Vacheron, maybe JLC, maybe what's his name? Universal Genève. It's limited. So you got a handful of brands, and they have a handful of models. They didn't do that many different watches. I mean, like, what do they have? They got X amount of different watches, which they keep running over. So we don't have any new stuff that the dealers are going to be spruiking. There's nothing really new. my problem is, frankly, I'm a little bit annoyed that I don't see anything I'm excited about. Like, I don't know what the next new thing is. So for delivering alpha, I have no idea. I don't see anything new in the watch game right now. I don't see really anything that's going to be, I mean, I can see things that could move incrementally. Yeah, they could whatever, but I don't see anything big. I don't see any major, I don't see any mega trends. Pretty much it's been, mined out. I mean, they basically, we've covered everything. We've covered the 60s, we've covered the 70s, we've covered the 50s for sure. We've covered the 40s. And, the 90s and neo vintage is being covered now. So there's nothing new to be discovered in watches. It's done. So that's my concern. There's nothing really new and exciting to bring. You got basically going to have these tomato cans. They're going to be recycling stuff over and over. By contrast, when you're talking about art, you're talking about roughly the art market. The secondary art market is approximately 10,000 plus artists, meaning these are artists that have had, secondary market sales, auction records. So there's 10,000 plus auction records of artists that have sold for, $10,000 and up. So that's a lot. We're not even talking about, all the other people. And there could be 100,000, whatever, total. But we're talking about at least 10,000. And by the way, those 10,000 artists, on average, they have a body of work of, let's call it 1,000 paintings on the market. So 10,000 times 1,000 is you do the math. It's 10 million. So you got 10 million pieces of merchandise of different eras. And by the way, we're talking about, 600 years of history. 600 years of history from, roughly 1400s to now, which is it 600? Is it 700 years? I don't know. I can't do the math. But you're talking about a massive, thing where you have a lot of stuff to find, new discoveries. So it's always exciting. That's why I think I'm going to be pivoting back to the art and away from watches, because I'm just not finding anything exciting with watches. Okay, big fucking deal. Okay, so you got your Nautilus, you got your Ellipse, you got your whatever. Okay, and I get it. And by the way, yes, these watches are increasing in value. Yes, the Patek Philippe 3940, yes, I do believe it will be $1 million watch, 100%. Patek Philippe 3940 will be $1 million watch. But, okay, big fucking deal. I mean, what's next? I don't know. I don't see like any new. I don't see any new stuff. I mean, ironically, there's some Rolex day dates that I found kind of interesting in terms of neo vintage and some vintage. But the price is already up already. There's no discovery. There's no freshness available. That's what bothers me. Anyway, that's.
En tant que collectionneur.
Il avait un goût exceptionnel. Généralement, les gens ont un goût moderne ou classique.
Yeah, so this guy's got a point, right? So people, most people, they go in one of two categories, right? So they're either, they're, how do we say, like, tops or bottoms. This guy swings both ways, right? I mean, he's got the contemporary, he mixes it all up.
Lui, tout ça se mélangeait.
There you go, look at this. He's got those 70s. Oh, yeah, look at those chairs. Look at that. I think that's Pierre Cardin furniture. The leather chairs with the chrome that, I mean, speaking of louche, that is louche. That's like, porno set. He's got the Armand painting on the right side over there. We got, Armand. He's got the white couches. I mean, fucking A.
Et c'était absolument une démonstration.
He's got the Warhol Jackie. Is that Jackie? What is that? It looks like that's the Jackie image, but is it a Warhol? I don't know what it is.
Formidable.
He never did anything like anybody. People are going to discover more than an antique dealer, an art collector, and a patron.
Cool guy. I mean, we give him a thumbs up. Cool guy. Unbelievable true. Where's my Sotheby's people? Hang on. Where is Sotheby's? Hang on 1 second. Where is Sotheby's? Where is our good friends at Sotheby's? Hang on a second. Let's go to Christie's. Let's pivot back to Christie's. Let's see what Let's see what videos they have here. Here we go. You got ads here. You got ads. Hang on a second. Oh yeah, it's up. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I think the next thing pretty much is the independence. There's nothing fresh left except really the independence. That's going to be the next thing being spruiked. And the problem with the independence is it's too out there. Like, I appreciate them, whatever. When I say independence, I'm talking about like MBNF and like, you got this Roger or whatever. You got the guy in England who makes the knockoffs of Breguet. You got this other guy, the tomato cannon. The tomato can who does these beautiful little watches. What's his name? Okay, whatever. But it's too it it's just too like idiosyncratic or whatever. And like, yeah, I don't know. The price is already up, so that's why I'm bothered. I'm interested in the hunt. I'm like a hunter. I want that fresh pussy. Okay, I'm hunting for the fresh pussy, and you're not getting it in watches anymore. It's all been run through. It's been run through. It's been run through. Okay, so this is this lady's house. Okay, it looks like she's got a nice little house. Nice. I think I've passed by that house. It's. I must have. I think it's in. I think it's in the East 60s. I don't know. That's a nice house. It's wide. That's very rare. That wide townhouse type of thing. That's worth a lot of money. That's like a 40. That's like a 40 foot wide at least. These girls single. They look kind of cute. They got some money. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a woman with with some money and looks who can cook and clean. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, this is getting boring here. I'm not okay. Joseph Albers. I don't like any of this. I had Joseph Albers. I mean, I don't know. This is kind of like I'm not that. I mean, this is like whatever. Ooh, look at this Cougar time. Oh, hello. I like this one on the right. I like the Cougar action. Um, you got the Corbusier little chairs. Always classic. Cougar time. I'm into that Cougar look. Big fan of Frank Stella. Is that Leo Castelli? That's Leo Castelli on the right. That's the famous dealer, Leo Castelli. Look at that. It's a place that this type of house in Manhattan is like very rare. Like like it's some weird house that was like it must have been like some sort of like school building or something, and they turned it. It's yeah the yeah they got it. They got this the brick. I'm not a fan of the whole brick and all that. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of any of this stuff. Like, I'm gonna skip through this. I mean, I don't know. Like, not my thing. Not my thing. What the fuck? This video is like, this video is not that good. This video is not that good. I'm not impressed by this. Let's go back. Let's see if they have anything. Christie's, Christie's not doing that good of a job here. Let's see, what do we got here? What other collection reviews do we have that we can, Magritte, we saw this, we saw this. Hang on a second, hang on a second. Let's see, what do we got here? Hang on, hang on. Oh, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Do we ever show this here? This is the Patek Philippe guy. Who's this book guy? Who's this bald book with the goatee, the dirty stuff? Okay, you got to check out this guy. Check out this guy. I don't know who this guy is here. This guy Shaw. Apparently, the guy's Chinese. I never heard of Shaw as a Chinese name, but check this out. Now, this guy's got a nice house. Shit, I mean, this guy's got. I mean, this guy he's like an Instagram. Look at this. This guy is an Instagram hype. What do we call the hype beast? He's got the Aquanauts. Okay, that's a hard pass, but okay. Hang on a second. He's got the wine cellar. Okay, now look at the wine cellar. He's got some. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a wine expert. I'm assuming that the Chinese are big buyers of wine. The Hong Kongers are more sophisticated. So you can be sure this is some expensive, very serious wine. Now hold on a second. Now check out this guy's closet. Holy shit! How many? Look at this. Look at this guy's closet. Oh my god! I mean, this guy must have like 100 suits in here. But forget about this. Look at the millwork. He's got the LED lighting in here. They got the lighting. Look at the way everything is hung. He's got little cars on there. I mean, I'm actually jealous. And here's what I'm really jealous of. You see what he's got at the top? He's got little pocket watches. He's got this is the stuff we've talked about on this channel. If you're gonna have pocket watches, you gotta have them like hanging off like a display like this. That's what he's got. He's got these pocket watches all over there. He's got this closet, which is super cool. I mean, this is a super cool closet. You can sit there. You can have a drink. I mean, this is a AAA plus. This guy is living the American dream. Living the American dream, this guy. Oh, he collects Lamborghinis also. So, I mean, this guy, yeah. Okay, I mean, this sounds like a commercial for like that guy from The Beer, the most interesting man in the world. I mean, seriously, this guy breeds Pekingese dogs. He's a musician, a concert musician, like, classical concert musician. He's got a massive collection of Ferraris and Lamborghinis. He's got he's got some nice closet with wine and everything. I mean, it's crazy. This is the guy. This is Bukiak over here. He's got the Chinese ink paintings, which are always very cool. Hold the watch. Okay, let's take a look. Wow, man, this guy's got a nice office setup. I'm looking for a way to do this LED lighting. This is what I'm looking for. I need this LED lighting setup. Yeah, I got to figure out how to get the LED lighting done. Look at that. But this is a good feng shui. This guy's got good feng shui. Look at this. I guess he's got the music thing going. He does the music on the desk or whatever. Good. Look at this. The colors are all subdued, very relaxing. It's very like Asian, like top class Asian, like very high end, quiet luxury. Feng shui, good feng shui. Man, look at this. What is he's got the? I don't know who the painting. I don't know who the art is by. He's got the garden in the back. The garden in the back is a fucking amazing garden. I mean, that is some house. Look at this. I mean, that is, incredible feng shui. I don't. Okay, that's his watch. The chronograph. Tomato can. I mean, it's the valuable, but I'm not into this old watches. These old man watches. He was given his first Rolex in first grade. So grade 1 means first grade. So this guy got his first Rolex in first grade. Hey, this guy's like a watch Nicholas Jarka, the spoiled grifter fraudster, Except this guy was raised by more, let's say, more culturally sophisticated, educated family. I mean, watch Nicholas family is basically like a grifter family. Travelers, like the gypsies. I think they're called travelers. These people who go to like small hick towns and they rip off the locals. I think that's Watch Nicholas's family. But this guy's comes from a sophisticated family. Good DNA. Boy size. There's the pocket watches. He's got the pocket watches there. Now I'm not impressed by this stuff. Although this is the Patek. This is the moon phase world time. What is this? The world phase moon time. Excuse me, world time moon phase astro thing going on, which is actually a pretty cool complication. It's kind of cool, but it's a little bit, I don't know, something about these in white gold, and they just, I don't know, they leave me feeling empty. These watches just are very dull. Oh shit, he's got that what do you call it, that Patek on the right, which is that, I don't know what the hell is it called, the gyroscope, whatever. These are all horrible. I hate these. These are all like, I mean, the only one here that's half decent is the world time, but it's just, I'm not really into the sex tourist watch. This is garbage. John Shaw, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to insult you, but your watches, the watches are garbage. I mean, look at the floral setup there. The floral, I mean, this guy must be spending thousands of dollars a month on the floral action. I mean, that is top quality feng shui. So his grandfather was Run Shaw. I guess that was some sort of like, Chinese movie business or something. I don't know. Garbage. Yeah, garbage. Hey, we just saw it. Leslie Wexner. Leslie Wexner has that watch. It's just, I don't know, tomato can. Oh, you can. Wow, are you kidding me? You can swim up to 100 feet. Unbelievable. You can swim 100 feet. You need a Nautilus to be able to swim 100 feet. I don't know. This is boring. I mean, this guy's taste in watches is seriously. This is very lacking. Very lacking. I'm not impressed. I mean, you got the Breguet numerals, which is, you got the windows, you got the Breguets. The dates is, it's a hot mess. It's expensive, but it's a hot mess, and it's totally disproportionate. You get these giant lugs. It's a fucking hot mess. It looks like a dumpster fire. There's a lot wrong with this complex watch. Oh shit, he's got the what do you call it? This is the handcraft thing. Calatrava handcraft. This is the wood, the inlaid wood. By the way, you know, I don't know. This watch looks kind of beautiful. The case, I mean, it looks beautifully done. What is it, white gold with? He's got the brown crocodile. He's got the wood there. You know, would I buy this? Absolutely not. But it's a beautiful watch. I mean, you know, just from an artistic standpoint, in terms of craftsmanship, this has high merit. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, hang on. We got to back up. We got to back up because this is a work of art. Literally. Hang on. Okay. So you see that? This is wood, and what you see there, that's the fountain in Geneva, in Lake Geneva. These Swiss tomato cans. I don't know why, but they got this like pump. They got a giant water pump in the middle of their lake, which pumps the water that shoots straight up. I don't know what the point of this. Oh, they're in the film, but yeah, I don't know who this guy is. Are you related to him, Baron Red? Are you related to this guy? I don't understand like his watch collection. Very interesting guy. He's got the Pekingese dog. He's got the Pekingese dogs. He's got, I mean, but his watches for the most part are not that impressive. I mean, this collection, I'm giving so far it's like a 4. Literally, it's a 4. I mean, it's a 4. His closet is a 10. The pocket watches he's got there are probably a 10. But these are kind of like, I mean, like this is okay. I mean, this is cool that he's got it. It's kind of like something you have to do. Like basically, you have to buy this watch in order to like, you know, be in good graces of Thierry Stern, because if you buy one of these, you know, Thierry Stern will respect you and give you the good pieces, because this is for like the more sophisticated collector. But this is all miniature pieces of wood. This is like tiny, like minuscule pieces of wood put together into this little painting. That's what this is. It's a mosaic. Look at that. Can you see that wood? Yeah, it's amazing. It's all little pieces of wood. Again, another busted down sex tourist watch. This is like the original sex tourist watch. You know, not my thing. He's got a bunch of pocket watches. I like that. Oh, he's got the Tang camels. I love the Tang camels. He's got you know, which is kind of, you know, what's kind of creepy actually is that stuff was actually buried with people. So back in the day in China, like the emperor or whatever high-end aristocrats, they would be buried like the Egyptians. They would be buried with like an army of these soldiers made out of pottery, like and these horses and camels and all this stuff. So this is actually from somebody's grave, which is a little bit creepy. It's a little bit creepy. I mean, I don't want to be associated with stuff that's, you know, from death. but beautifully made. I mean, listen, the Chinese have been around. You're not going to believe this, but the Chinese have been around a long time. I was thinking about this the other day, and they actually have. Okay, so I'm thinking about the China because I invested in the stock from China called Tuya. TUYA is the stock symbol. TUYA. It might be a fugazi, but anyway. So what's going on in China is they're making these toys, these robot toys with AI. So they got these like Labubu, Labubu. You've seen this thing with the furry dolls, but they got the AI with the Chat GPT. They speak with it. They interact with you. The eyes blink. It's pretty crazy. So where it's going is it's going to be very, very advanced. What you don't realize is China right now is the most advanced EV maker on the planet. They got all the EVs. They're going to be doing robots. They're going to be the most advanced robot player on the planet. They've installed more solar than anybody on the planet in the last year than anybody has in history. And the robots, between the robots and the AI, they got the whole AI thing going on. They're going to be doing something. It's going to be huge and bigly. Okay. And what a lot of the tomato cans don't realize is that China has been at this for a long time. Think about it. They made all the cool inventions. They made gunpowder, fireworks. The fireworks from China. The compass, China. Spaghetti. You know who made spaghetti? It's not the Italians. It's the Chinese. That's right. They made noodles. Marco Polo. That's right. Marco Polo stole the leads. Marco Polo stole the leads from China. So if it wasn't for China, the Italians would be eating I don't know what they would be eating, actually. I don't know what they would be eating. Speaking of eating, the chopsticks. The chopsticks. Who invented the chopsticks? China. So they were eating with utensils. I'm assuming that I don't think the rest of the world was eating with their hands. They must have been eating with their hands. Because to make spoons and forks is a little bit, it's kind of sophisticated. You got to do a lot of work. You got to figure out. But chopsticks, you got two sticks. And you're done. 2 sticks. I mean, that's pretty sophisticated, no? So unbelievable true. Anyway, Tuya. This is not a buy-sell recommendation. This AI embodied AI stock. Check it out. Okay, back to our good friend here. Guys need to cut his nails. Yeah, I hate this fucking watch. This is terrible. I can't deal with this crap. I hate this guy's watch collection. It's such a tomato can collection. The handcraft line of Flex. I think the handcraft line, if I'm not mistaken, those are actually limited to like a few pieces, like 5 pieces or something like that. So they do make them. If I'm not mistaken, I forgot. I did a whole video on this, but I think they do like a group, like the watches. I think the watches they do 5 watches, or 3 watches or something like that. But it is, it's kind of a flex in the Patek world. It's kind of like if you go to a sassy Patek Philippe meetup, you want to be wearing a handcraft line watch. They're not going to be impressed with your 3940 perpetual calendar or your Aquanaut. They're not going to be impressed by that. They'll be impressed by or Thierry Stern. What Thierry Stern will be impressed by is your handcraft line watch. Yes. Yeah, this is the irony. Steel is more. Oh, so here we go. We got the Tang Dynasty camel in the background. I mean, that's he's got a nice juxtaposition. I mean, like this guy's got good decorating. I don't know, the decorating style, right? I'm not a fan of his watches, but it's cool. He's got the camels and everything behind him like that. Glazed pottery, glazed Tang Dynasty glazed pottery. know, we've seen this. Okay, it's cute. I get it's a gimmick. Okay, we've seen it before. But this is Patek Philippe. Okay, big fucking deal. It's a case that was made by somebody else. It's not. It's not. There's nothing special about this except it's. It's because Patek didn't do that many. But who was making these? I think somebody. It was Quorum or somebody. They basically made these cases, and I'm not impressed. This guy's good. Good feng shui. Baron Red. How would you rate this guy's feng shui? How would you rate this guy's feng shui game? Is this guy aura maxing, looks maxing the feng shui game? I think this. I would. What do you rate this feng shui game here with the garden in the back and the whole setup with everything? I like these Chinese guys with like the British accent, the whole like thing. It's I like the whole. It's very exotic. I like that whole like thing there, the Hong Kong thing going on. Soon China's gonna take over, but okay. I agree. Yeah, Don't keep it in a plastic bag like a tomato can. Don't be a tomato can. This guy. Listen, this guy wears his watches. I guarantee you. By the way, the main piece of advice here is you need to be born into a family that will give you a Rolex when you start first grade, like this guy. This guy. Okay, so this guy, the guy with the British accent, he's like one of these actors in the movie. He always plays like it's always in the movie. There's like the Chinese guy who plays like the Buddha master or whatever, like the karate master, who sits there in his, the lotus pose. You know what I'm saying? He plays that guy who always has the lines like wax on, wax off. He's got the whole Mr. Miyagi thing going. The Mr. Miyagi karate master vibe going. So these are the Pekingese dogs. He's got the Pekingese dogs. This guy should do a dog charity. He should do a dog fundraiser. Unbelievable, but true. Look at this. Christie's. Let's go back to our good friends at Christie's. What do we got? Jenny Savile, Canaletta. Hang on a second. What do we got here? Rembrandt prints. Studio visit. Oh, here we go. Popular. Oh, collect. Oh, here we go. This is what we're looking for. Okay. Max and Berry collection. Oh, let's check this out. 19th century. Oh, this is good stuff. Oh, they got it organized for us. They got it organized. Ooh, the collection of Elaine Wynn. I missed out. She was a cougar. She died. Elaine Wynn, Steve Wynn's wife, died. That's kind of sad, actually. But anyway, the Wynns, they did an incredible job with that hotel. She ran it like a Swiss clock. I mean, this is kind of like, B list. It's all B. This is basically B list stuff. I mean, A list names, but B list. It's not like great quality. Yeah, Joan Mitchell, garbage, feminist garbage bullshit. By the way, that painting, you couldn't give it away. 5 years ago, you couldn't give that painting away. Now it's a couple $1 million. Richard Diebenkorn, 1971 is a little bit late. You want the earlier material. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's a little bit late. Who's this? I don't know what this is. Yeah. Not great. I'm giving you this. Um, I'm giving this a 3. This gets a 3. This collection gets a 3. Nothing, there's nothing great here. Sorry. I mean, I think they did a great job with the hotel. Steve has a great collection, but her stuff is kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know. Just not great stuff. It's not easy. It ain't easy. It's hard. It's hard out there. It's hard out there for a pimp. Let's see here. Let's see. We gotta see here. Barbara Jackson. Oh, no. Let's see if we can find something good. Then we're gonna log off. You recognize a Dave Bethune from Jeff Beck. I'm annoyed here. They got shit. Okay, let's check out this. Oh yeah, this is top end merchandise. Oh, hang on a second. We got some super chats. Chats. Okay, Baron Red gives the feng shui game of Run Shaw a 10 out of 10. Yeah, I give an 11 out of 10 for the feng shui. That guy's got good feng shui game. The rich Chinese families don't mess around with that. There's a comedian that even joked when they gamble, the Chinese are there to commit. This is true. No, this is a very serious thing. This is, again, from what I understand, the Chinese, the gambling for the Chinese, it's not so much about the money. They're not there for the money. Like the guys who are doing it seriously, it's not about the money. It's more of like some sort of very aggressive spiritual warfare. Like literally, they are there. It's some sort of like, listen, human beings have a desire for aggression. Okay, human beings basically have an animal instinct to kill, for aggression. And we live in a civilized world. We don't get involved in sword fights and all that, whatever. So the way they do it is they figure with the gambling, right? You go into a casino, they go in to bankrupt the casino. Like my feng shui against your feng shui, or my whatever chi, my chi against your chi. So they're there basically to take on and to win. It's basically like a duel. It's basically what it is. It's a duel. It's like the sword duel, like they used to have in Europe, the dueling and all that. This is what the Chinese are into. Is for the spiritual warfare. It's unbelievable, but true. Hang on a second. Okay, so check this out. This is some high-end stuff here. Ooh. But yeah, this everything here. I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, is all like solid 9s and 10s here. Seagrave Corporation, 350 Fifth Avenue. That's the Empire State Building. What is this? Henry Moore. Dear Mrs. Soul, how come you to send me the melons? My driver collected them from Claridge's. Okay, I'm enjoying them. Thank you. It's funny. Holy shit. Wow. Wow. That's AAA plus. This is a solid 15 out of 10. You got the Leger Matisse. Wow, the Leger in the middle is unfucking believable. You're not gonna see that anywhere. Yeah, this I don't care about. Why are they moving so fast? Why are they moving this video so fast? I mean, who's producing this stuff? I mean, like, if you're gonna go through the effort of doing the video, like, give me like a fucking catalog, like, make it 5 minutes, talk about the stuff, give me some salesmanship. I mean, this is an incredible collection. I don't have time to go through the catalogs and all this. I'm a very busy man, so anyway, no, it's not Leon Black's collection. Leon Black has actually a pretty impressive collection. Leon Black, yeah. We might actually be selling a painting to Leon Black. Yeah, that's right. Unbelievable but true. The Boudin might be heading towards Leon Black. It might be on the move as we speak. Nah, Jeffrey Epstein art collection was like on a scale of 1 to 10, it was like a -3. It was like he had just random garbage. He was not really an art guy. He was like, I don't know. Yeah, he was collecting beaver. He was a beaver collector. He wasn't really into art. He really had no taste, to be honest. I mean, like, not to speak ill of the dead, but he wasn't really like a guy known for his taste in anything. But yeah, brilliant, genius guy. I mean, listen, this guy was connected to everybody on the planet, the who's who, except the Colonel. The who's who except the Colonel. Yeah, I really wish I would have met him. I was removed from him by 1 degree of separation. I really I really do wish I would have met. Seems like a cool guy. All right. Anyway, gentlemen, that's it. We are logging off here. We'll see you in the next one.